In the featherweight division at Dana White's Contender Series, you got Robbie Ring taking on Alberto Montes. Now, Robbie Ring is 7-1, Montes 9-1. In other places, they're saying he's 7-1. But listen, the guy's got one loss. He wins most of the time, right? Robbie Ring is 2 inches taller, 5'9". He's just 24 years old. Could be a huge prospect for the UFC. Montes is 30. Now, Robbie Ring has been here before, so we know he's got a 68-inch reach. He fights right-handed. Lands 5.1 significant strikes per minute, at least in that one fight, right? Uh, had over a takedown on average per round. But what happened was it ended up being a loss to Luis Pajuelo by TKO. Pretty good fighter. He since has come back and beat Brandon McMahon by submission at Aries Fight Series 25. Also in his 7 wins, 5 KOs, 2 submissions. He's a finisher. He did lose once by KO, and again, that was against Pajuelo. Now, Alberto Montes, guy's got 5 submissions. So he's a submission specialist, right? But he got caught by a guy named Ira Lukowski by KO in the second round. Lukowski, who he lost to, has since lost 3 straight fights, so that's a problem. But we can't overlook his submission ability. He came back and beat Adam Ortiz at Combat Global by submission, and then beat Kevin Garcia also by submission. And when you look at his submissions, he's finishing guys in a multitude of ways. I see 4 different submissions here. You got Anaconda, Armbar, Kimura, Bravo. I mean, it's crazy. So the guy has a lot of skill. And if he gets Robbie Ring down, you never know. It could be problems. Robbie Ring may not want to go to the ground with Montes. I don't know. But what I do know is Montes got caught by a guy who has since lost 3 fights. It seems like a softball, right? A softball fight for Robbie Ring. So hopefully we're not overlooking something here, because Montes could come in and surprise everybody. Like, we all might be duped here. But you can't look at a guy like Montes and say, hey, you lost to some guy who's just 3-3 and has since lost 3 straight fights. How did you get into the main event of Dana White's Contender Series? Possibly because it's a softball for Robbie Ring. They want Robbie Ring in the UFC. He'd be a nice contender at just 24 years old. He'd be 8-1 if he wins his fight. And that's what I think happens. He probably is going to land the KO that way, but if it goes to a decision, he'll still win that way. He just has to defend takedowns really well and be ready for that. And if he's going to go to the ground, he better be in a great position. But even if he does go to the ground, I'd let him up and stand up and strike, where Robbie Ring is landing over 5 significant strikes per minute. So I got Robbie Ring, in my opinion, winning this fight either by decision or KO. We'll see. Hopefully for his sake, KO. This fight goes down in the featherweight division at Dana White's Contender Series.